Hi, it's Karen from Black Swan Journals. And here's a journal I made to serve as sort of a mood board. My husband and I are working on a studio, and it's time to start considering design. So here's a flip through of a journal I made to use as my mood board while I do the fun part. I made this journal from a magazine and a little bit of junk mail. The only thing that isn't from the magazine and junk mail is the ribbon and the twine. I'm excited to use this journal to help me decide as I think about what inspires me to fill up my room. I want to think about color. I want to think about, do I want it dark and moody, which I am attracted to, but I also like light and bright, or do I want to keep it very white and let the art on the walls pop off and speak for itself? Also, I really want to consider furniture because I want my furniture to be really beautiful and inspiring, but also functional. And there's room for a really large chandelier, so I want a French one for sure. And I've always had a dream of having a chaise lounge with a floor lamp next to it and just sort of relaxing, reading, daydreaming, maybe doing some slow stitching, fussy cutting, just, kind of kicking back and enjoying the room in a different kind of way. Also, I want to make sure that I leave room for an easel. There is room for an island. I want to consider the shape and how much room I will need on top of it to be comfortably working. And I also want to consider using it as a storage base and how I will do that. And also, I really want to do something fun and inspirational. I have an antique bust. I also have several antique dress forms, and I thought of making maybe a large dress out of feathers or maybe just a tutu because of my name, Black Swan Journals. I also thought maybe a big sphere coming down from the ceiling, all like 360 with feathers. I don't know, it would make me happy. So, just a few things. So, yeah, some creative ideas there. But overall, I need to keep it practical as well and functional. You definitely want a room that provides that kind of functionality. So while you create, it just creates a lot of ease and ease of use. So I had fun making this. It didn't take long at all. It's all from one magazine, and there was plenty more magazine left over to use. And I used just a couple pieces of junk mail to create pockets. I used other pages of the magazine, as you just saw there, to create other pockets and in here as well. What I like about this magazine, it was the Somerset Studio, is I love the muted pages. They're not glossy really. There's just a little bit, but not like a normal, magazine. And I also love that I knew it would be filled with pictures of art studios or pictures of other artists' work that's very inspirational, and just give that overall vibe to create the perfect background to set the stage for all kinds of paint chips and little things I cut out of pictures of chandeliers or the chaise or, swatches of fabric and all that fun stuff. And as a garden and floral designer, that spills over into other parts of my life. And interior design is one of those parts. So I think about things like not only the furniture and the colors and all that type of stuff, but I also think about like how can I creatively store all the little trinkets and tools and things and still make it visually appealing while keeping it practical and easy to use and work in. And I wanted to mention, If you're subscribed to my channel, thank you so very much. It means so much to me. Thank you. And if you're not and you're watching this, I am going to be loading a tutorial on how to do this, a step by step, the entire thing. And if you'd like to see that, you could subscribe and you could click the notification bell, and then you'll be notified when the video's ready. But I do plan on probably loading it tonight or tomorrow. And it also just very much helps my channel grow. And thank you so much. So also I did want to mention that in my studio, I am going to be using the quintessential shelves from IKEA, those bookcases that you can put those baskets and cubbies and things like that in. They're so practical and useful. And I've got a creative idea on how I'll make them a little bit more personalized looking and special and inspirational. So yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun, and this journal will be very, very useful and very helpful to me as I tuck things in like this. The fusion paints. What color do I want to paint my antique furniture that I'm going to store my goodies in and my tools and things? So it's so much fun to just make a journal from junk. If you've seen and read and had your way with your magazine and you're ready to move on, you can do something like this. It's such a fun way and a creative outlet and a fun way to just have a gentle time, making yourself something, taking a moment, giving yourself some self-care. We all have families and jobs and things we need to tend to, but we have to remember we do need time for ourselves. I would think at least a half an hour a day if you can. I know some people are laughing at me right now, but it's just so important to try to care for yourself. You know, it's like put the oxygen mask on yourself before your kid. No, seriously, right? They teach you that. So yeah, make some time for yourself. Even if you only have a few minutes a day to yourself and you're interested in doing this, start gathering some supplies just for maybe 5 or 10 minutes a day. And then one day when you do maybe have a little bit more time, then you can sit down and start to make. And now, on to stuffing this journal. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time.